Hello, Geek House Show. This is Hassan Mohammed, and I know some of you are surprised that I'm speaking in English right now, but as you can see, there's an Arabic subtitle down there, so you can understand, everything that we're saying. This is a special segment that I've decided to do in order to connect the fandom here, the Snyder Cut movement, with the movement worldwide. And I want to, my aim is to, break the language barrier and bridge the gap between the movement here and the movement worldwide. And, guys, I'm not sure how we're going to top this episode in the future, because in this episode, or in this special video, we have three of the most influential figures in the Snyder Cut movements. They have done a lot for this movement. They have done a lot of, a lot of amazing stuff for AFSP, and they are the founders of Justice Con. Now, without any further ado, please allow me to introduce you the Holy Trinity of Justice Con, Wonder Meg, and the Nerd Queens, Nana and Cole.
Hi. Hello.
Welcome to the Geek House Show, guys. It's a huge honor to have you here with us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. That was an amazing introduction. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we got to work on hours, girls.
Yeah.
You deserve it, guys, for all the work and everything that you've done for, Justice Con and for the movement itself. Now, before we talk about Justice Con, I just want to congratulate all of us here on the success of the Snyder Cut. Yes. It's really amazing. It is a masterpiece. So congratulations. And hopefully, the fight is not over yet. 1.5 million tweets. And on the 4th of April, there's also, I think, another event. Hopefully, we're going to restore the Snyderverse together again.
Yes,
so
let's do that.
Yeah, and I think also Justice Con will play a very big part in that as well, hopefully. Now, also, yeah, I would also like to, introduce you to the fandom here in the Middle East. As you know, the Snyder Cut movement is a worldwide movement, and it has fans from all around the world. And Geek House Show is also is one of the channels that was supporting Snyder since we started in 2016, even before the all Snyder Cut stuff, since the BVS days. But at the end of the day, we're a media channel, but we have. I just wanted to introduce some of the fans that we have here and what they've done. So this is Akil. Maybe you've heard about him. Oh, he always made his T-shirts, like even since 2017. Yeah,
He looks familiar. I'm not sure. I think I might have really seen him on Twitter.
Yeah, so Akil is in Twitter and Instagram all the time. And this is one of my favorite pictures that represent the fandom here. These are some Egyptian fans.
I love that photo. I've seen this before.
Yeah, near the pyramids. They're saying release the Snyder Cut. And of course, you have here Speedy Comics and Geek House Show. We did the Speedy Comics Con and Ray Porter and Ray Fisher. It was really amazing. And we have also a lot of fans who've done a lot for this movement here. And what we're trying to do here is actually connect us together, as I said at the beginning here. So my question to you: did you have the chance to talk to some fans from the Middle East? I think you have Fatima in the
Batman's in League of Mayhem with us. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Batman, League of Mayhem. Yeah, she's amazing.
She's amazing. Fatima, if you're listening to this, maybe someday we will, if you are interested, we can, be invited to the Geek House Show and talk to us in one of our episodes. And so, my question to you guys: how does it feel to be part of this fandom that is not just exclusive in the US but worldwide, as a fandom that is all around the world?
I mean, I think it's wonderful. It's so cool to see other people's cultures intertwined with their love of these movies and Zach's work, and it really just makes you understand how global Zach's reach is. I mean, there's people literally from all over the world that just praise his work, and it's cool, especially when we do trending events or watch parties, how people will change their whole sleep schedule to be involved. And I think it's really cool. And, it gets you to get to know more people from around the world other than just people from around you. So
awesome. I also think from my point of view, because I am more of the international fan, it's also really nice to be in this fandom as an international fan who doesn't necessarily have English as a first language. It's just the fandom has been so welcoming, and the opportunities, to, be active within the fandom and do something, they're there regardless of who you are and what your language is and where are you from. And I think that that's amazing. And I mean, I can speak only for myself right now, but as an international fan, this is what I really cherish about this community.
Awesome.
I think they've both said it like the best, honestly. It's just many people we able to meet. Like, honestly, I can't think of a single continent that we haven't met someone in this.
Yeah.
Like, it's so wide reaching and it's so worldwide. It's just amazing. It's a blessing, honestly, to be a part of this community.
Yeah.
And the community is so welcoming. Like Andrea from the Nicotina show, he actually invited me to be a part of the Take the Hall of Justice for that international segment. And before that, I was just doing that in the Middle East without being part of the international fandom. But he was welcoming. I was really honored to be part of that event. And you guys also were welcome. Like, when I invited you to be part of this, you didn't say no or something. You were like so welcoming and
yeah.
So I'm really, I said this before on the podcast. We've done a lot of things here in Geek House Show since we started in 2016. But the most the most amazing thing that I'm really proud of is just to be part of this Snyder Cut fandom. I'm really proud of it, and if you're a Snyder Cut fan, there's nothing more than that.
I think it's a testament to Zach as well. Bringing together community that is so rich in everything, cultures, languages, religion, everything. Bringing together all these people. And empowering them, because when you speak to people in the community, wherever they're from, whoever they are, generally their opinion is, Zach's movies, his art, he himself is an inspiration. He empowers people. And the fact that he can empower such a big range of people is just, it's a testament to who he is, how great of a character he is.
Exactly. Totally agree. Now, just you guys, like, as I said at the beginning, you are the holy trinity of JusticeCon. You did this amazing event last year, and it's going to happen again this year. Actually, this month, April. It's going to be between the 16th of 18th of April. So, let's talk about the origin of JusticeCon. How did this idea, like who was behind this idea, and what was your main goals behind it?
Kind of like a slow. It was kind of like a slow creation of the three of us. We all kind of put when it came to creating it, because it started with Nana and I had been doing events in person at San Diego Comic-Con for at Snyder Cut fandom, and we were working on the planning for last summer. We originally had this big screening event planned, and we were working with Zach. We were working with some venues, etc. And then COVID-19 happened, and so we had to throw everything out, close up all the plans, because we didn't know when this would get better. And I remember we had just kind of thrown the plans away, and then after not sleeping for 2 or 3 days, I came to those and I was like, what if we still did something? And it was a virtual convention. And then Nana sort of ironed out some details, and Meg started coming up with she came up with the name with no effort whatsoever. And
yeah, because that's how it is. It's we struggle with the name, so we just throw it to Meg, because Meg just has great ideas.
Thank you.
And then it was the next few hours of that day when we started that conversation. It was just the three of us bouncing ideas off each other, and I think it was by the end of the day we actually had a working idea, of what we were going to do. So we kind of all put our ingredients into the pot, and out came JusticeCon.
And that was after the announcement of the Snyder Cut, right?
No, we were planning this back February, April.
It happened very actually the JusticeCon idea itself, because I had, before it was an idea, hey, let's do virtual convention. It was a bit of a like, hey, let's do a streaming event, similar to what Deck the Hall of Justice was. Just because we wanted to do something community driven. At the time, it was, COVID just started. A lot of people were stuck at home. And you could tell, it started to get to people. And we were like, okay, so what can we do to support the cause, but also kind of bring people together and give them a weekend where they can have fun? And originally, my idea was literally just a streaming event. And mostly because, this is going to sound silly, but I did not believe that we could get any talent. I was kind of like, it is kind of crazy to go and think, hey, we can actually pull off an actual convention with like actual talent there. So, it was just sort of an idea, hey, let's get streamers together and let's just do that. And then we kind of let it go because at the time there was a Batman v Superman anniversary, there was the watch party and all that stuff. So we were like, okay, let's let it go. And then
Zach wasn't writing us back, and we were like, "Oh, so he's not interested."
And
then we found out why he wasn't writing us back.
That was beginning of May, yes, because when Cole came and she said, "Hey, let's do the actual convention," we wrote a whole pitch and we sent him a text with it, and we did not get a reply for like ages. Yeah, and we were thinking, okay, I guess that's dead. That's not going to happen. But the reason we didn't get a reply, likely, was because Snyder Cut was brewing. And he wanted to wait to give us a go after it was announced. So while we did get the proposal out there before the Snyder Cut was announced, the actual plans didn't start until after. Because at that point, Zach was the first one we went to. And at that point, after the announcement, he texted and he said, hey, let's do it on this weekend. So.
Awesome. And these are some pictures that I've taken from screenshot from Justice Con last year. I mean, here's Zach.
Look at us.
Our faces there.
It's like, but and look, we've also seen this picture. It's been on the Twitter account for Justice Con right now. Yes. So you guys are kicking something with Zach. So
I mean, Zach is heavily involved.
Yes, he's very involved with Justice Con this year.
Last year it was more the three of us, but just the three of us kind of working with people. But this year is very heavily involved with a lot of the like little things, just because we asked him to be involved, and he was happy to be.
Yeah, he was very excited. Yeah, so Zach is very involved this year, and
in fact, when we had a Zoom call and we went to propose it to him, having Justice Con 2, and we barely got the words out of our mouth, and he said yes, like literally. So we're thinking Justice Con, yes. I was like, oh, okay.
Awesome. So it's gonna happen this year, I think, on the 16th and 18th of April, right?
Yeah, it's 16th, 17th, and 18th. So it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And you've spoken about the logo, I think, on Twitter. But if you can also talk about it more here, because it's really a reflection of the hashtag Us United, the logo itself. So what can you tell us about the logo and the design and the meaning behind it?
Well, the idea of the logo when we first, went to Nemo to help us out with it, we didn't have the actual concept that it's going to be hands. That kind of came out later. But what we asked him to do, we said, Zach's movies, especially his DCU, a lot of people are saying this has helped me so much, with my mental health, this has saved my life. And we were like, this is something that we really want there. We wanted the part of it, we want people to look at the logo and literally see what they feel towards Zach's work, what Zach's work gave them. And it kind of started shaping itself up from there. And if you look at the logo, we did upgrade it a little this year. We added Martian Panther's hand.
I think his first sketch was just Zach's was like one person's hand reaching to another hand. Sort of
Yes.
like that famous piece of art of David reaching to God or something from the Italian Renaissance. That's what it instantly reminded me of. And then we were all like, we were in a group chat with 3 of us, and we were all shooting ideas at him. And shout out to him for putting up with the demands of 3 women. But we were like, oh, can we have the League? And at first, and then as it went, it evolved. Like, he just made it absolutely so perfect. And then we asked him to make variants with different skin tones, so each person of every race, complexion, etc., can see themselves as the person reaching out to the League.
Yes, so like every person can really see, like the league reaching out to them and helping them to, like, bring them back up. They will, like, it was literally going with that Man of Steel quote. They will stumble, they will fall, but in time they will join you in the sun. And you can see that there is literally a circle kind of sun-like thing. Yeah, so exactly. And it is, in the center is Superman and the cape, and it was meant to kind of symbolize that. So
awesome. And also, one of the great things about Justice Con, that it's not a commercial convention. It's kind of a charity convention where all the funds go to AFSP. And by the way, guys, we're going to put a link to the Autumn Snyder fundraiser campaign, and you can go and donate there. It's in the description. And I'm also going to put a link for this, for Ink to the People, because a lot of people are asking where we can buy these t-shirts. These t-shirts, you can buy them from Ink to the People. I'm going to put a link to the description. They deliver all around the world, and all the money that is going to go to AFSP as well. So yeah, regarding AFSP, how involved are they with the con itself? And can you talk about how is this con also helping AFSP?
Well, like last year, we're going to have another AFSP panel. And I think it was one of our favorite from last year for sure, because it was just like it gave people resources that it's different to see the resources online than to actually hear people talk about it and talk about how what the work that we're doing is actually helping people around the world AFSP. And to keep these programs going, like I, for one, have used those resources, and I know there's tons of other people that have used them as well. And then, of course, all the money that we raise is going to go to AFSP. And then we also are going to have Ink to the People merch at some point that's going to come out once we get everything finalized. And the same as last year, it's going to be all for AFSP, and we're going to have some pretty interesting things again. So
we're going to have we're going to have an exclusive new design.
Yes.
Yeah. Can't wait for that.
It's really cool. We're finalizing the details right now. Yeah. It's really cool. It's gonna look awesome on the shirts and stuff. What I think is kind of an improvement from last year, or like a step up, is that we were able to, given all the support that we've gotten, we were able to monetize our channel.
Yes.
So people, even if they cannot afford to donate directly to the fundraiser, which is going to be under every single video, or if they cannot afford to buy merch, if they cannot afford to, kind of put money that way, just by watching the con, you guys are generating revenue that will go to AFSP.
Awesome. This is really great. And regarding this year, because this is going to be the second edition of Justice Con, so how's this year going to be different than last year? I mean, you've just spoken about Zach's involvement. I think Zach is more involved in this year than last year, which is already an awesome thing. But what can you tell us, about this year's edition of Justice Con?
Well, I think one thing we can actually say already is that Saturday will be devoted to Justice League, and Sunday will be devoted to Army of the Dead.
Yes, so there's going to be one whole day dedicated to Army of the Dead.
Awesome, yeah.
And Friday, which is an additional day, this year it's going to be 3 days, not just 2. Mm-hmm. Friday is dedicated to workshops that people made. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be all day full of workshops that were made by the people within the community. And there's some really cool ones.
Yeah. And I mean, we have some pretty incredible guests as well, like some that we haven't announced yet. So I think each year it's just going to get better and better and bigger, so we can create more revenue, of course, for AFSP and get more of Zach's work out there, and then also just celebrate together. But yeah, our guest list this year is going to be awesome.
Celebrate Zach's work in general, DC comic stuff, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you've already have like Ray Fisher, Ray Porter, Zack Snyder, Jay Oliver, and you've also announced some people from Army of the Dead, you know, and it's already big. But you're telling me that
it's going to be bigger.
We can't tell you. We're waiting on it. We're waiting on approval.
Yeah,
we do. It's not that we don't want to tell you. It's that we're waiting on approval from the talent to get permission to say something. So, but I think
if everything goes well, it's gonna get even bigger.
It will go well. I'm sure about that. And you know, even if it like worst case scenario, your lineup is already big. You know. So yeah, can't wait for Justice Con, seriously. Now look, guys, before we end this special video, we have a special message. You know, it's like a token of appreciation from us, Geek House Show and Speedy Comics, to you guys for all the work that you've done for the movement, for all the work that you did for the Snyder Cut. It's a token. It's a gift from Speedy Comics and Geek House Show, and from all the fans of the Middle East. This is Mr. Rashid. This is a special video from Mr. Rashid Al-Farouq, the chairman of Speedy Group. So he sent me a special video and asked me to play it to you guys. So here it is.
Assalamu alaikum. Hi, this is Rashid Al-Farouq from Dubai. On behalf of Speedy Comics, myself, and all the fans from Middle East and Geek House Show, I would like to thank the Justice Con for all the work that they've been doing, for all the support that they've been supporting AFSP. I would like to thank Zack Snyder. I would like to thank Ray Porter, Ray Fisher, and all the guys that made this happen. All the guys that let us believe that if you believe in something, you can achieve it. I would like to give away these pops as a small gesture from my side and from Geek House Show and from all the fans in the Middle East. These special Funko Pops, plus this one which is very, very close to my heart, from Ray Fisher. Hope to see you guys soon. This is a signed pop by Ray. Thank you so much. Keep up the good work. AFSP, we always support you, and thank you very much.
Oh my God. That was amazing.
That's so sweet.
You deserve it, guys. This is Mr. Rashid Al-Farouq. He's also a big supporter of you. He's also the chairman of Speedy Group, who actually, without him, I'll say this, without him, Speedy Comics Con wouldn't happen. And one of the main goals of Speedy Comic Cons was to connect the fandom to Ray Fisher and Ray Porter and let the fans meet them. And, you know, when I told him that I'm interviewing you guys from Justice Con, he told me, look, man, I want to send this gift to them. And I want to send him this message. So, yeah, he's a nice guy. And
so kind. Thank you so much.
You deserve it, guys. Yeah, that's the least we can do. It's, as I said, a token of appreciation. And, like, before we end this video, do you have any final message to everyone who's watching, the fans from all around the world that are watching right now?
Yes. I mean, you know, keep supporting, keep being awesome as you are. And I mean, that's really all we can say, you know, this community is amazing. Just keep being amazing.
Yeah, I agree. I just want to thank everyone for their support, especially with Justice Con. Without the entire community worldwide supporting us, who knows how big that this would be without them. So it's so appreciative, and you know, keep being that strong voice for Zach, because without a worldwide network of people, you know, who knows what we could have done.
Awesome. Cole, do you have?
we would not. None of the Snyder Cut movement, the ISCON, etc. None of this would be gone as far as it has if it weren't for every single supporter from around the world. So thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you for believing in us. and we hope that when you see Justice Con, you'll be as happy as we are.
Yes.
I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will. Can't wait, actually, guys. Justice Con is going to be this month, actually, on the 16th and 18th of April. You can go follow them on Vero and Twitter.
Yes, we have Justice Con now has its own social media. So on Twitter, you can follow it at justice_con. And on Vero is at JusticeCon. Just
we're going to put all the details in the description. Also, we're going to put the details of the YouTube channel. Can't wait for the event, guys. And thank you very much for taking the time to do this. And see you at JusticeCon.